Wah, 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 wah. Welcome to You Dad Me at Hello. Can y'all hear me? I feel
Yeah,
like I might have
we
left
can
my
hear
mute
you.
button on. Okay, all right, cool. All right.
We don't want
Hey.
to, but we can hear you.
we should have
All
pretended we couldn't. That would have made.
Yes.
Well, hey, thank you guys for joining us yet again for episode 28, maybe, of the You Dad Me at Hello podcast. We are a full-fledged podcast, guys. I feel like we're hitting double-digit episodes. We're more than an ER season. That's a long season.
I
This is
mean,
like
we hit
Law and
double
Order.
digits a long time ago.
Yeah,
I mean, that's true. But 28
Yeah.
sounds like a lot. I feel like we're a Law and Order season 4 right now. This is ridiculous. How you guys
Sweet.
feeling this week?
okay.
Yeah.
Got my first COVID shot yesterday, so my arm was hurting for a while.
Got the boot.
Me
And-
too. Me too.
Yeah,
Got it
yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah, same. I'm good now. I can
Wow,
raise.
that's
I can
good.
raise my arm now. I think because
Yeah,
I used it all
You can
day while I
raise
was
the
at
roof
work.
now.
Yeah,
I'm about here. It starts to hurt a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. I'm good. now.
But see, my wife got it before me, the day before. Her arm hurt a little bit, but I'm definitely complaining about 10 times more than she was.
That's typical. Yeah.
yeah,
I didn't think about it, but I really should have saved Ryan Hanley's video of him going to get his COVID shot because he outdid me by a whole commercial.
He
It
did.
was
That
amazing.
was. Yeah, Mike, we'll have to show you after.
yeah. I didn't see any of this.
I called
Yeah.
RJ out basically saying that it was false that he got his vaccine because there was no proof. And Ryan Hanley did a full-on TikTok video showing his actually showing the needle going into his arm and everything.
I don't know how he did that because they weren't letting you even near your phone
No.
inside there.
He
No, they wouldn't-
sweet-talked them.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let me take my phone out of my pocket until after I got the shot, and I was sitting down, and I had to register for my next one.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
I
had-
was.
They had people like walking around and everything. It was crazy.
Mm.
I watched far too many zombie movies, but I felt very odd walking into this place with just there had to be 100 army guys with the guns on their hip and everything,
Mhm.
and they were prepared for an
Wow.
apocalypse.
Yeah, FEMA was there and everything. It was
Yeah.
it was a scene out of
Oh.
a video game for sure.
I did see that when I at the COVID testing site that's next to the Panera in Garden City, and I was like, "What is going on over here?" But when I got my shot, it was nothing like that. It was in a high school, and they literally led you through the entire school. Like I thought I was in a maze. I didn't know what. Like I turned a corner and there was like no one. I thought we were going to be murdered. But yeah, I get my second shot in 2 days, so I will be a complete robot.
Yeah,
The next time that we talk, I will have the microchip firmly planted into my arm, and I'm looking to destroy the rest of the earth. So
Nice. Well, I'm excited. So Andy and I started to get back into music a little bit. We released 1 Year in 10 a while back. We're now releasing You Are Love tomorrow. And then I also started a cover series at the same time. So last week I released a cover of Keaton Henson's No Witnesses. And next week I release Ohio
That's
is for Lovers for you emo people back in the day, Hawthorne Heights. So I'm very excited about that. But here's just a little snippet before we get into it of our promo for tomorrow.
Sometimes it's plain to see what you did for me. A couple of years ago when I gave my life to you. And sometimes it's plain to see how you love me. Even when I make those same mistakes.
I didn't have a fade out button, so I apologize. Just end. I'm excited. So if you're into that, if that sounded like something you'd like, hit it up on Spotify and YouTube.
it's one of these songs. You just
it's a club banger, as the kids call it.
Yeah,
Right.
banger.
So I'm excited for this, guys. We're doing 90s popular hip hop. We added popular in because we kind of just hit the songs that everybody knows. There are probably 500 songs that Andy could have added to this list that only
Easy.
he has heard of, and maybe Mike, but not me. So we did not add those. This is straight up just the pop ones that you've kind of heard 100 times before. Some of them even are hated by their own people, which we will talk about at some point, I'd assume. How you guys feeling about this one?
I'm okay. I know we've been going back and forth this entire week as far as the list. I feel like there's probably 6 or 7 songs that probably should be on this list in place of these other ones, but I feel like it's a solid list. But we'll definitely get into at the end what songs probably coulda, shoulda, woulda been on here as well.
Yeah, we more than likely will have to do a part 2 or a follow-up because Andy's list and my list were very extensive. We each had close to 70 songs or over 70 songs on each of our lists, and to have to whittle that down to 16 was excruciatingly difficult.
Yeah, and we're gonna make RJ listen to all of them.
I always love it when we post brackets and the only comments are like, where is this and where is this and what are you doing, and this sucks. So we're looking forward to tonight, and we're going to enjoy making 90% of you upset. So now I don't think that anything we have on here is not worthy of being here. The top 16 that we did choose are all great songs. There are 100 other songs that are great too that could have been on here, but these are the ones that we chose. This would have been a good time to share that screen, but I was not prepared. So here it is. We have our top 90s pop hip hop. I sound weird saying popular hip hop, but it's pop hop. We're ready for it.
Pop,
yeah, because
pop.
I mean, it's like any other genre. You know, there's songs that the purists are gonna say there's no way in hell that's one of the best whatever song. You know, I'm sure if we, you know, when we went over like rock and everything, you guys were like yelling at me like, no, this song's awesome, right? So, and this is going to be RJ's action movie genre here, because anybody who saw that episode, I knew nothing about action movies. Not to say RJ doesn't know about hip hop, because he came up with these songs. So it's a good list, but there's some missing ones.
So I think just like every other topic that we have here, we kind of each cover a spectrum of each topic. You know, I knew a lot of the hip hop songs that were coming through. I knew a lot of the rap, but I didn't get into rap and hip hop until the decade was over. You know, during the decade of the 90s, in the beginning, I was listening to Motown. And then I was listening to boy bands for a little while. And then when I got into rock, I really started doing like the Linkin Park, Rage Against the Machine, you know, deal. So it wasn't until after that I started to appreciate 90s hip hop. But hey, we got a couple things to talk about before we hop into it here. Just to let you guys know, we are taking a break from our live episode next week. So next week we will throw out some posts. We'll still interact with you guys next week, but we will not have a live episode as we take a break. And Andy can rest for the week. And you are getting your second shot, so you're probably going to be dead.
Yes, I'm taking a day out of work. On Monday.
Wait, when? Aren't you getting this on like Saturday?
I'm getting it on Saturday, but people have been going at least 48 hours with some bad symptoms. So I'm a big wuss. So I'm myself plenty.
I'm planning the same. My shot's on a Friday, so I'm taking Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. So yeah.
Now, Andy, you mentioned bringing up our new series. Is that something you'd like to talk about, or you want me to do it?
Sure. So we always talk about the evolution of the show. Most of our viewers come from the New England area, whether that's Rhode Island, Massachusetts. So us being from that area, we thought what better way to kind of celebrate where we come from than to kind of have like a New England series. So nothing tournament wise, but us talking about everything that we like about the area, whether that's food, hangout spots, places for the kids, just talking and reminiscing about those places and memories. Hopefully everybody enjoys that and brings their own comments to those shows as well. I think everybody's going to get a good kick out of that.
Yeah,
I'm excited. Yeah, Mike.
yeah, I'm excited. Yeah.
Well, I said and then RJ started talking. No, I think it'll be good for for more interaction. We like when everyone comments on the show. It really makes it worth our while even more to know that people really want to get in on the conversation. It makes us sometimes even change the course of our discussion and, you know, maybe come to a conclusion we didn't think we were going to before. So now going in this direction, you know, it's more organic and we can all just kind of just have a free flowing episode, and it will also allow us to create, you know, better content or see, you know, what you folks are going to like, not like, and, you know, we can start to mold this into something more.
Mike, don't
What?
say what they don't like, because we can't replace all three of us on the show.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I mean, we could.
So yeah, I'm excited about it. I think we're gonna do things like, you know, top food places, top like you said, places to take your kids, maybe top like childhood places that we used to go as true Rhode Islanders, including Andy. You know, we're gonna talk about places that are no longer open as though they are. So
that's everything, Rhode Island. Yeah, it's over by the old Pennies on over by that.
You remember where the old Apex used to be?
The Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh man, so I'm excited about that. But today is a great topic. Top 90s hip hop. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's. I'm also not prepared for that, but here it is anyway. Jay-Z, Hard Knock Life versus Dr. Dre. Forgot about Dre. This is a tough one, man.
I'm just going to start by saying I think every single matchup on this bracket is going to be difficult. So I think we should preface the entire bracket with that statement right off the bat.
That's true. Well, here we are.
I'm going with Hard Knock Life on this one.
Wow. That was not what I was expecting.
Yeah, not me, because I'm doing Forget About Dre. That hook is everything.
Yeah, I gotta go with Dre myself as well on this one.
All right.
All right. Well, yeah, I mean
that's how this show works, Andy. I'm sorry.
No, listen, again, I think for every single one of these, I'm not gonna complain too much because they're really close battles here. I don't know. I know a lot. You know, I was talking to Tina. She's like, "Oh, I hate a lot of that song because of the Annie sample in there. She's not a fan of that. Otherwise, she's a fan of the song, but I like it because it set that song apart from others, really. And Jay-Z deserved to be on this list. Whatever song that we decide to put on here, I think from the wide range of songs that he came out with in the 90s could have been on here. This is a typical Jay-Z song where he recorded it in one take. Jay-Z is notorious for just boom, laying it down and done. Yeah, I mean, the song peaked at number 15 on the Billboard Hot 100, but I mean, it's all over the place. You heard it everywhere, like it was on the radio constantly.
And it wasn't even originally going to be one of his songs, right? It was going to be someone else's song, and I think he kind of like begged for the beat and had to almost like, you know, take it away from somebody else because he liked it so much, if I remember correctly. Because it was produced by Mark 45, and I guess Kid Capri originally had the beat. Yeah. He originally had the beat, and then Jay-Z somehow got a hold of it.
Do you know who Mark 45 King is?
No, not a clue.
Do you know the song "Let Me Clear My Throat"?
Oh yeah, I know that song.
Yeah, the Ed Lover dance. Yeah.
Okay.
You got it now.
So I do know how that is.
Here. Yeah.
All right. So Forgot About Dre is moving on. Jay-Z, you know, we can't deny that he has many, many songs and will have many, many songs after that going into the 2000s. I discovered Jay-Z when he did the Linkin Park crossover, which was epic in my opinion.
That was great.
And seeing Jay-Z's response live on stage to Chester's screaming still, it's the greatest reaction ever. If you haven't seen that, Linkin Park, Jay-Z, I think it's called Collision. Crash Course. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, Crash Course. Yeah,
but it's very good. Moving on, we've got Salt and Pepper's What a Man and Coolio's Gangsta's Paradise.
I
I think Gangsta's Paradise gets a bad rap for being associated with Dangerous Minds and Michelle Pfeiffer, but it's actually a really good song. And I think it also probably gets a bad rap because you think of Amish Paradise when you think of that song now. But hearing it again, I've been listening to it a lot this week. We have a Spotify playlist, by the way. So if you're wanting to hear any of these songs, we will link that on our video. But man, it's a good song. It's a good song.
Yeah,
so
I think it was written for the soundtrack, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
I don't know. Probably.
It appeared on both the soundtrack and his album, so I'm not sure if it was directly written for that. But I'm going with Gangsta's Paradise on this one.
Okay, Mike, what do you got?
Oh, I thought you already picked Gangsta's Paradise.
I mean, I talked about it. I don't know if I made an official statement because What a Man is good too. But
yeah, it is.
You know. I'm gonna go with Gangsta's Paradise.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you got?
I was actually gonna go with What a Man. I don't know. I just think it's a little bit more funky. You know, I like the funky beats. Not and kind of for the same reasons that you were saying that Gangsta's Paradise does kind of get a bad rap sometimes, and I think I heard it too much. And you know, the Salt and Pepper song was extremely popular back in the day, but I don't think it got nearly as much play as Gangsta's Paradise was. That song was literally everywhere. So I think back then I was just kind of tired of hearing it. You know, maybe I just have some bad memories. I don't know. I
mean, What a Man, Salt and Pepper would not be as good without En Vogue on the on the chorus there.
Yeah.
What's that other song that Never Gonna Get It, right? By En Vogue.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
like their harmonies were super tight.
So good. Right.
So having them on this song really helped. I also really like them as rappers. I think there were a couple of women that were really, really good in the 90s in rap, and we've got them on there. We've also got Lauryn Hill later. So it's good to see them on here because they were definitely underrated.
Yeah, and Vogue was invited to the track because Salt and Pepper knew that they were not, you know, going to be good enough to sing that chorus, and that's why En Vogue was really brought in to do those vocal lines. So it definitely, you know, elevated the song, you know, past I think what it could have been. So I mean, I think they made the right choice. I mean, that does make the song, I think.
Yeah, what made the song? That's what made the song so cool, is because you had one of the most dominant rap groups of the 90s in Salt and Pepper, not just female rap groups, just as a rap group itself, Salt and Pepper, and then En Vogue, who dominated the 90s in R&B. And you put them together, it was just a great mixture. This song is a remake of a 1968 song called What a Man, by a soul singer, Linda Lydell. Same song, same beat, same chord progression. The hook is the same. Obviously, she's not rapping in the song. So this was a minor hit for her in the late 60s. The song became so popular actually at the time that she started getting death threats from the Ku Klux Klan, and she ended up quitting music for a long period of time, and ended up, I believe, later on performed the song, kind of her comeback. So kind of some scary stuff was happening there. And then wrestling reference, as we're going to talk about usually with everything. So Salt and Pepper turned up at WrestleMania between the match between Lawrence Taylor and Bam Bam Bigelow, which was one of the best celebrity matches at the time. And there was also the theme music for ECW wrestler Jason Knight. So Jason Knight also ended up becoming the manager for, I believe, Just Incredible. He was a trainer here in the Connecticut area, and he was just a big dude like that. Great character work.
Fun fact: What a Man was actually written by a man. Dave Crawford. So Only men can talk about men like that. So yeah, we wrote that about ourselves and then gave it to a woman to sing for us. But yeah, I also like if you see the video, they each got a man to appear with them as their fantasy man, and Salt's man is Tupac Shakur. But a day before, he nearly missed the shoot because he shot 2 off-duty cops. And then Peppa's was Anthony Chris from Naughty by Nature. So
Tretch.
I think that's I didn't know how to say it, so I went with his real name.
T Ranch.
Tretch.
T Reach was on there.
Tretch, who is built like a brick house. That dude is like just jacked.
I know him from that Boys to Men song I sent you, Vibin'. It has him on there, Craig Mack, Busta Rhymes, Method Man, Vibin'. If you haven't heard that, super good. But anyways, that's what's moving on. We've got Naughty by Nature's OPP and Beastie Boys Intergalactic. Man, did I learn a lot about OPP this week.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys didn't know?
No, but I am down with other people's property.
Oh,
I hope not.
I hope not. I hope Jesse's not listening, is she?
She's not listening.
I mean, other people's property is the G-rated version of
Well, it's actually one of the real meanings. It's property, PPs, and
and also something that rhymes with leanus and meanus.
That's true. That's true.
And I don't know if there's a word that rhymes with the other one. Let's just say a cat. Yeah.
Virginia.
Yeah. All right. So, anyways,
yes, it is.
Yeah, and then we get that comment right there.
But
I don't think that's what that was for.
I know. It is spot on.
Well, I'm just gonna say it right now. Beastie Boys Intergalactic was a highlight of the '90s for me. I love that song. Body Movin' was their other one off that same album. I loved it, so I'm going Beastie Boys.
I'm going with OPP. Make it difficult for
Mike.
Man,
what are you gonna do here, Mike?
Oh man, if we're talking just about the song itself,
which is clearly the
what
topic.
else are we talking about?
Just the song. Well, we talk a lot about
the topic.
We talk a lot about
we're talking about NYPD Blue.
The significance of the song, the cultural relevance of the song.
I mean, we are. You can
know how this works.
Yeah.
You've been on here long enough, Mark.
I don't think I've figured this out yet. If we're going just the song and what song I personally like better, it's going to have to be Beastie Boys.
Yes.
So,
all right.
And is that your choice? Because there could be a
yes.
butt here.
No,
okay,
nope,
right.
no buts this time.
All
Sorry,
right.
I'm not gonna do that to you.
Man, really? So I feel like there's way better Beastie Boys songs that should have been on this list.
Like what?
Sabotage.
I
What You
agree.
It's
Want.
not as good as an Intergalactic.
Yeah,
it
is.
I will fight you over that comment.
What?
My favorite was in the 2000s. Is Check It Out, but obviously
Check It Out
we
was
couldn't have
great,
it on
yeah.
here.
My favorite of theirs is What You Want, because it's just the way it was recorded, but that's fine. I mean, OPP, a lot of media outlets say this is one of the best hip hop songs. So The Source, which was like the hip hop Bible in the 90s, VH1, Rolling Stone, they all had these as like has this song as like one of the best hip hop songs of all time. Yes, it's not kid friendly, but
no, it is not kid friendly.
Yeah. However, it doesn't have any dirty words in it. There isn't. There's no curses in there. They did have to edit some words out that meant other things. Like the word kitten had to be edited out. You do the math of what you think they were talking about there. So obviously it's talking about cheating, which is not cool, but the beat the beat is on
cool.
Not
guys.
cool. I do not advise it. So this is sampled Jackson 5's ABC. Just the opening. Bing, like, okay, yep. There's Jackson 5. Yeah, I mean, it was, man, I can't believe you guys. I knew you guys would vote it out, but
that's how it works. That's how it works.
Yeah.
It was nominated at the 34th annual Grammy Awards, but it lost. It lost to another song on this bracket.
I'm being hazed here. What the hell?
Yeah. My family's turning
Cheating's
against you.
a no. Hey, shout out to Tiffany, by the way, for being on the podcast.
What's up?
Haven't heard from you in a while. But anyways, that's it. Beastie Boys, Intergalactic. Moving on.
Yep.
Next up, we've got
Andy's still mad.
Cypress Hill's Insane in the Brain versus Nate Dogg featuring Warren G's Regulate.
Man.
Regulate all the way. That has one of the best beats I've ever heard.
Oh my God. Actually, can we just end the bracket and not even make this decision?
It's Regulate.
Regulate, first off. So when I can't even talk about Regulate right now. I'm going to talk about it later.
No, talk about it later now.
Two votes for Regulate.
Okay. I would have gone either way, so it doesn't matter to me. I can't be upset either way on this one.
I think we're getting a lot of Cypress Hill. I think this was the tough one here.
This was a divisive decision.
That's okay. Yeah, we got some Regulates in there too, so we're okay.
Trying to get crazy
all right,
with essay. Don't you know I'm loco? best part in Zoolander when they do that.
Well, anyway, Cypress Hill, Insane in the Brain. That was a 1993 single. In addition to hitting number 1 on the U.S. rap charts, the song was also a mainstream hit, hitting number 19 in the Billboard's Hot 100. It earned a gold certification. But anyways,
there's RJ's music.
But yeah, I mean, it's a good song. I was never super into it. I knew it, obviously. Everybody knows that song, but I wouldn't go out of my way to listen to it. Regulate all the way for me.
This song, it's amazing. It's as popular as it was because it only took them a day to write the beat, 3 hours to write the lyrics, and an hour to record the song.
Wow.
And this song was a huge, huge hit. Originally, it was actually not going to be a Cypress Hill song. It was going to be a House of Pain song. And DJ Muggs wrote the beat based on the fact that Jump Around was so popular as well.
That's not scratching.
Sorry. My arm still hurts from that shot. But yeah, it was going to be a slower song. It was originally only going to be 96 beats per minute, which if anybody knows music, that's pretty slow. And even for like a hip hop. Yeah, well, it depends.
That's pretty even.
But it was originally going to be like a slower, more laid back groove. And then it turned into what we all know today as Insane in the Brain, which is pretty funny. And the lyrics are targeted at other rappers that, they came up with at the time. And apparently when other people in the community got record deals, they all kind of started going after each other as a competition kind of thing. And the lyrics for this song were geared towards those local rappers and, their beefs that they had. So that's why there's some personal lyrics in there with some swears that I can't say. But the line, "Fat boy on a diet, don't try it, I'll jack you like a looter in a riot," that was directed directly at Kid Frost. So,
I didn't know.
Yeah,
I know that they went after Chubb Rock on this because they felt like he ridiculed their style. So Be Real, who's the main rapper in the song, has a very distinct voice. It's on purpose. It's a very nasally type voice. If you've never listened to Cypress Hill, it's a lot about marijuana culture, essentially, but he's a really terrific artist as a lyricist. Even their stuff later on, like he dives into different genres. He mixes a lot of rock in his stuff too. So check him out. Yeah, there's a Beastie Boys reference, RJ.
Check it out.
There you go. Regulate. Moving on. Next up, we've got House of Pain's Jump Around and Puff Daddy, I'll Be Missing You, along with Faith Evans and 112.
I'll Be Missing You makes me sad. I almost don't want to pick that song because it makes me so sad.
Yeah, it's a interesting song. I was listening to it on the way to the mall today, and Eliza was in the car, and she started asking what it was about. So I went through the East Coast, West Coast rap war with her for a little while, and
Oh God,
that was a fun conversation.
That's educational.
Yeah,
especially coming from you.
What do you mean?
I want to hear.
You forget my extensive knowledge of
the East Coast,
hip-hop.
West Coast hip hop wars.
Yeah.
I remember us talking.
We talked about Tupac. We talked about Biggie. We talked about Puff Daddy. We talked about everything. But Puff Daddy, I'll Be Missing You is my vote for sure.
I'm gonna go Jump Around.
Same. Jump Around for me.
Sorry,
RJ.
This was a toss-up for me. Two very different songs.
Extremely different songs. Couldn't be any more different.
So RJ, let's hear about I'll Be Missing You. What do you got to say? What made you want to pick that?
Well, I'll Be Missing You. Puff Daddy, my brother was super into Puff Daddy. And so I heard that constantly in the background. I wasn't a fan of rap at the time or hip hop, but he was super into Puff Daddy. So that was just someone I heard all the time. I'll Be Missing You is a great song. 112 is great. Faith Evans was great. This song, being about, the murder of the Notorious B.I.G. I just also liked the background here with, they basically took the Police's song, Every Breath You Take, and asked for permission after the fact.
Yeah.
They basically went through this, kind of big battle here. And then what's awesome is Sting ended up doing the song with them years later anyway, because he really likes, the idea behind it.
Yeah.
And the dude's getting paid.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's around $2,000 a day from royalties for that track at some point. Now, granted, and I'll agree with Courtney here, Puff Daddy went on to become one of the more annoying people in the entire world over the last, 20 years. But at this point, he was definitely at the top of his game. And I think he was respected, at least by me at that time. But
yeah, I mean, Diddy was more of a backstage, behind the scenes type of person in the hip hop community. And he started jumping on tracks, doing stuff in the background, especially with Biggie and different projects. What are you doing? You're moving the stuff on me here.
I didn't know I was still up there. Sorry. Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
You saw how I did it.
Oh,
behind the screens, if you will.
Screens. I probably have this on cassette somewhere over there. I had this entire album because Diddy was just hit after hit at this point.
He was everywhere.
Right?
Yeah,
he was everywhere. We had several of those songs on our list originally until we dwindled it down because he was a hit maker and he was working with B.I.G. He brought in Mace, the Locks. Then he had 112 total. He had R&B and hip hop on lock in the 90s. And then he started
Bad Boys for Life.
Can't stop, don't stop. So the thing about Diddy was he's not a lyricist. He's not someone who's going to be sitting there writing the rhymes. He did not write this song either. So Sauce Money, who is another MC who used to work with Jay-Z prior, penned this for him. And Sauce Money kind of took obviously what was happening here, but also the loss of his mother as well, and gave it to Diddy. I saw dumb comments like, "Oh, how come he's not getting credit?" Like, I'm sure he got paid for the freaking song.
I'm sure he got paid. Yeah,
don't worry about it. But this, so you talked about, this was basically a police song. Sting ended up performing with them at the MTV Video Music Awards as well on stage. That was kind of a big surprise when a very emotional performance. Having Faith Evans in the song also brought an emotional component too, because she was married to Biggie. So
right,
not only do you have his best friend on this track and Diddy, you have his wife as well. And this song won a Grammy for the best rap performance by a duo or group, and this is hilarious.
This is Kanye before Kanye.
Yeah,
could
so
do it.
This did not go over well with Old Dirty Bastard from the Wu-Tang Clan, who came on stage during the ceremony and said Puffy is good, but Wu-Tang is for the children. So wherever you see that all the time, Wu-Tang is for the children. ODB was not having it. So
all right, well there we go, guys.
All right,
moving on, we have Eminem, My Name Is, and Notorious B.I.G. Hypnotize.
Oh man.
I mean,
is
Hypnotize is classic.
But
so My Name Is the catapult of Eminem's career. I know he had a hit before this, but this was the one, and it's not by far his best song ever. I mean,
he hates this song.
One of the worst, but
he hates
at the time that was big. And personally, in my opinion, I thought B.I.G. had better songs than the one that we ended up with on here. But so just because of that, I'm going to go with Eminem. My Name Is. For all you listeners who are not on YouTube and you're listening on Spotify, this is just Mike.
I'm like grinding my teeth right now. Shoot.
I'm gonna make it easy for you.
I'm gonna go with Eminem.
All right. I'm gonna make it easy.
Sorry, Val.
And I'm going with the same thing as RJ. I feel like there's better songs, so everybody's like, well, why don't you put the better song on there? We didn't agree upon it. It just didn't happen. I feel like Juicy, Big Papa, More Chance. Yeah. Hey, sometimes we drop the ball. We're not professionals. We're not getting paid here.
That's why before we even recorded this, we already planned on doing another episode because there's just way too many songs that we realized we left out. not even songs that we didn't even put on our original list. And after the fact, after we made our bracket, we said, oh crap, forgot this song. Oh yeah, I forgot this song. Oh wait. Do we just reset the whole bracket like the day before?
Yeah.
I mean, Hypnotize, great song. It was a single back in 1997. It was the last song released before his death in a drive-by shooting a week later. And it's the fifth song by a credited artist to hit number one after his death. Ranked number 30 on the Rolling Stone list of 100 greatest hip-hop songs of all time. But yeah, I do like this. It remained at number one for 3 weeks until Hanson's Bop kicked it out. So fun fact.
That makes me hate Bop even more.
Destroyed Hypnotize.
Hanson came to the door, waving the 4-4. Now, anybody who actually listens to Biggie would understand what I just said there. So the hook of the song is basically a remake of Lottie Dottie by Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh, which is one of my favorite songs of all time.
So good.
And the hook was so the singing on there was sung by Pamela Long from the group Total, which all under the Bad Boy record label. And then there's another wrestling reference here. So The Rock on a November 30th, 1998 Raw is War episode apparently used a remix of the instrumental version of this. I got to see this from my own eyes. This is according to some random website, so this could just be pulling my chain. But I got to see that.
All right, so there you go.
The music was sampled from Herb Alpert's hit song Rise from 1979. And Puff Daddy was the producer on the song. And, he somehow managed to get the song because apparently Herb Alpert was approached by many, many other rappers trying to use, this music. Ice Cube, Eazy-E, Vanilla Ice, all wanted to do something with this song, but he didn't really feel very strongly about those artists. And then all of a sudden he heard, a rough version of this song, and he absolutely fell in love with it and said, this song is going to go to #1 and I'm going to make some money off of it. So he approved it, and he ended up making quite a bit of money off of the royalties for this song. So
that's what we got to do, RJ. Let's just make one song that's like really good. Hold on. Let's just make one song that's just good enough for someone else to be like, I want to take that song. And I'm like, yes, $1 million.
We wrote 13 songs that people can do that too. I happen to like our music.
I do too. Not many other people do. So.
Oh, we have many, many fans of our music, except for my dad, who doesn't like any of it.
Yes.
However, I did get a shout out from my wife's dad. However, it was for my cover song, No Witnesses, not any of ours. But I still enjoyed it. It just means that after 13 songs, he finally listened to one.
Hey, you're winning.
But yeah, now that you've brought that up, thanks, Andy. Hit us up on YouTube and Spotify, RJ Gunn Music and V-Rap. We have 13 songs that people kind of like, so you should check it out.
Tens
we
of
have a new
people.
song. Tens of people. We actually have over 2,000 plays on our music, but check it out. You Are Love releases tomorrow. But next up, we have the Fugees, Ready or Not, and Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, Nothing But a G Thing. This is super hard for me, man. Fugees, Ready or Not is one of my favorite songs to sing. And Nothing But a G Thing, I used to do at karaoke with my good friend Matt Foley, who passed away sadly a couple years ago. And Nothing But a G Thing, man, we used to sing that together all the time. I don't know, guys. What do you think?
Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. Baby. That's my pick.
Yeah, Nothing But a G Thing.
Oh, man, guys.
What?
You took my power from me. I have no say. I have no say now.
Well, we can edit it and you can say something now, so that way when it goes up on YouTube.
No, it's just Fugees, man. Ready or Not. That is a great hook, and the raps in it are great. Lauryn Hill's rap in this is solid. It's such a good song. But I mean, I love Nothing But a G Thing too. But just, I'm not mad about that. But yeah, Fugees is so good.
I don't think that the Fugees song was as what's the word I'm looking for? I guess significant as Nothing But a G Thing.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
The Fugees was they had a great song, great run, great records. I mean, they had hit after hit after hit. Personally, I don't feel like this is one of their best songs. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
corrected.
I'm corrected. So
I think this is one of their better songs. I mean, they had Fuji La, which is probably my favorite. Killing Me Softly, but we considered that an R&B song because it's Lauryn Hill singing throughout. So that's obviously the smash hit for them. Right. But The Score, one of the best hip hop albums of all time. So if you've only heard a song or two off of that, go listen to the entire album. It's great.
It's one of Barack Obama's favorite songs of all time.
It is.
Has said in his 2008 presidential campaign run. I actually found it very interesting. So I learned a little bit about this song. I did not know that she recorded her hook while leaving the band and came in basically crying the hook. And then about 5-6 months later, rejoined the band and wanted to redo the song, but she couldn't do it better than when she was emotional back when she was quitting the band. So they kept it. So the version you hear is the one where she was going through some stuff. Yeah. The thing is, I never liked Lauryn Hill as a person overall. I just heard so much stuff about her. And even later after the Fugees broke up, both of the guys were basically like, you will not catch us, together again. She needs some help. It's essentially what they said. Yeah. But the song, man, I love it. It
really is a great song. It wasn't really a chart topper here in the US, more of in Europe. The hook is based off of a Delphonics song. Ready or Not, Here I Come. Can't hide from love. It's in parentheses. It also is a sample imprinted. I don't know how do you even say that when you're saying a song. It also sampled an Enya song as well, and
which Enya did not appreciate.
No, they almost got sued for it until they reached an out of court agreement. They were new to the music scene and didn't really know about copyright clearance and all that kind of stuff. So, everybody gets hit every once in a while, right? And the Fray did a cover of this song, RJ.
I know. I read about that. I have not heard it. I am going to go check it out because the Fray is one of my top mediocre bands of the 2000s.
That's
for you. For you,
probably not a list that we're gonna do anytime soon.
Why top mediocre bands? It's those bands that are like they're around, and you're like, yeah, they were okay.
Again, I'm gonna bring up the fact that RJ says we should interview more people, and then we'll just like talk crap about them.
Dude, if the Fray ever came on here, I'd be like, man, you guys had some really okay music, man. It was so good.
You guys made one of our brackets this one time, but didn't win.
No, the Fray, come on, Over My Head in a Cable Car and all those other hits they had. Yeah, it's good stuff. And I think they were
Over My Head
too. I might have made that up, but anyways, moving on. They do actually, yeah. Is that a Chicago Bulls shirt? What is that?
In the USA, it's a Chris Hero shirt. Shout out to Chris.
Oh, I got you. Well, hey, somebody had to buy the shirt. Moving on.
So Bone Chris Hero's apparently not going to come on
either. Dude, first off, if any of these people ever come on, all we do is we go back and we edit out the nasty things we've said about them. But anyways, Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Nasty things about people.
The Crossroads. It's more of a okay. And then DJ Jazzy Jeff, the Fresh Prince.
DJ Jazzy
Jeff and the Fresh Prince. The DJ Jazzy Jeff.
All right,
is that your radio voice?
Summertime, people.
Hey, folks, we're gonna get DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince Summertime top 10 hit here in 1991.
I'm going with Summertime.
Oh. Dude, The Crossroads. I have listened to that song for 48 years and I still can't do the rap. It's like the hardest rap ever. It's ridiculous. And I sit there and I read the lyrics and I try to and I fail every time. It's an amazing song. It's great.
Another song that makes me sad.
You going to Crossroads? We got Summertime. We got Crossroads. We got a tie.
You pray and you pray and you pray and you pray every day.
Why do you guys do this to me all the time? You guys do this to me all the time.
Do it for Uncle Charlie.
Yeah, Uncle Charlie. Because I'm going to miss everybody.
Oh, I don't know what to pick. What is everyone in the
comments? Let's all bring it in for the Wally. Easy
Mike,
sees Uncle Charlie to boo. God's got him, and I'm gonna miss everybody.
Summertime.
Oh,
sure.
I played both the songs in my head. Summertime.
Clearly, you sang them wrong because the Crossroads should have been it.
It makes me too sad.
It is a very sad song. This definitely
stop running from your emotions, guys.
Yeah, I don't have any.
It's okay to feel sad sometimes.
This song definitely transcended hip hop, and like you said, RJ, most people don't know the actual lyrics to the song. I don't know half. The lyrics
I know them. I just have no idea how he does it.
All of them. They're super fast. That's their style. Bone
but he also he has these stops in places you shouldn't have stops.
Well, it's all different people.
I know, but they do that. Like it just all of a sudden they're stopped. But it's great lyrics.
Yeah, their cadence is crazy.
Definitely unique style that was not very prominent at the time.
Yeah, they go between rapping and almost like singing within their lyrics. So it's. Yeah, I'm kind of with Tiffany. I don't want to feel sad. I want to feel summertime. I agree with
comment.
This was a dedication song to Eazy-E from NWA, who was a member of the group NWA and who also, signed Bone Thugs and Harmony to his Ruthless Records, as Relativity is a different one, to Ruthless Records. So when he passed away very early on, they recorded this song, and they talked about other people that have also passed as well in the lyrics. So yeah, I still remember like the music video too. I don't know if you guys remember it, but that's kind of it. I always think of the music video when the song comes on. But.
Yeah, it was when were they like standing? They were standing at a literal crossroads, right? And the camera was kind of rotating around them. Am I thinking of the right video?
I just remember a lot of like clouds and heavenly imagery and.
Oh yeah, that I remember.
Living in a hateful world.
I'm crying. I'm crying just thinking about it right now. Yeah.
Hey, we made it through the first round.
Oh
we did.
God.
This is it.
Almost took us an
We're,
hour.
I know.
10 minutes was just yapping about nonsense.
All right, 40 minutes. That's right.
All right, well, let's pick up the pace here. Here we go. Moving on. We got Dr. Dre's Forgot About Dre and Coolio's Gangsta's Paradise.
Dre.
Andy, fighting for the Coolio.
Why would you pick Coolio over Dr. Dre?
I feel like that's like picking Vanilla Ice over Eminem.
No, it's not. No, it is not. Coolio had so many great songs.
Right, but they're not on this list.
No, they're not. But again, I feel like there's other songs from Dr. J that could have been on this list.
Mm-hmm.
Not as good as Forgot
off
About
the top
Dre.
of their head. Oh, like California Love. How about that song that we didn't put on our list because one person decided they didn't like the song?
That wasn't on anyone's list.
I didn't say that I didn't like that song.
Was
I like that song.
I completely missed it then.
One of the greatest.
It's just not as good as Forgot About Dre.
Here's why I say Gangsta's Paradise. You couldn't go anywhere without hearing that song, whether it was on a pop radio station or it was on a hip hop station. That was the song that was on. And you said, "Oh, it gets a bad rap because of the movie." I liked the movie.
I like the movie.
From. Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer did a great job.
It was great at the time, but now you look at it and it's like, okay, great, another white person coming into the hood to fix it. Like, it was a terrible idea. I mean, we didn't know it at the time.
Yeah.
But it's just that long stretch of movies where it's like white saviors come in to save the inner city school.
They saved her.
They did.
I think that's a tagline.
Honestly, watch the movie. That's pretty much.
She goes in to save them, and they save her. It's no substitute.
No, but no, I get it. Like they kind of redid the movie like 10 million times, right? It's
the only good movie that's like that I still like to this day is Lean on Me with Morgan Freeman, where he plays the principal in an inner city school.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman.
But here's my main reason. If Weird Al makes a remake of your song, you are the top. You are the elite. You have a song that stands out from the rest. If he can mimic your song and create something off of it, and he created Amish Paradise, which is one of his best covers ever. Mbop was everywhere too, and that's a banger too. I'm sorry to say
it is a good song.
It is a good song.
You're right. They redid it later, 2 octaves low, and it's so good.
Oh my god, so good.
That's only because they grew up.
Hey, but
I saw them at Disney perform live. It's actually pretty good.
They weren't invited. They were actually busking out on the corner trying to get money.
They were playing the Epcot. They were like in Japan in Epcot singing.
So this song was number 85 on Billboard's greatest songs of all time. Okay, it was also the number one biggest selling single in 1995 on the U.S. Billboard charts. It was ranked in 2008 as the number 38 on VH1's 100 Greatest Songs of Hip Hop. It is an acclaimed song, and I also feel an odd connection here, RJ, because the producer Doug Rashid, basically he kept making beats for Coolio, and Coolio always hated them. He's like, I don't like your drums. So when he played this track for Coolio, he was like, you made this? I feel like it's the same kind of thing when I give you stuff and you're like, and then there's every once in a while you're like, you made this?
I like your beats. I just can't sing to all of your beats because I can't spit hot fire. So it's not all the time.
Learn.
But
I'll get some.
Hey Andy, can you tell me a little bit about that Yamaha GX1 synthesizer that's used on this track?
I didn't bring my facts this time. Sorry.
Well, hey, it was a Yamaha GX1 synthesizer. It was the sound of the string section, and it's a keyboard that was so advanced and rare that in 1975, when the riff was originally recorded, it cost $60,000. And that was good stuff.
Dang.
All right, moving on.
Nothing else. Beastie Boys Intergalactic. Nate Dogg featuring Warren G's
Regulate. It's Regulate.
No delegation.
I immediately wanted to say Regulate, and then I'm thinking in my head, Intergalactic is just a fun song, and Regulate is very inappropriate. But I'm gonna go with Regulate too. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Because I was about to say, sorry, you just did all that talking for me to just say Regulate.
All right. Well, Regulate makes it. What do you guys think about the Beasties?
Love the Beastie Boys. Love this song. Love this entire record. There's really not a bad song on it. Samples a lot of like music from places you wouldn't think of. Prelude in C sharp minor from Rachmaninoff. Love is Blue by the Jazz Crusaders. Just a bunch of random stuff. And that's kind of what made their music so unique. And they would pull from everywhere. They would sample literally anything. Mixmaster Mike is a legend, I think, in the scene. So credit where credit is due. But comparing it, I don't think it's more of a pop song to me than it is like a rap hip hop song. Not that it makes it bad, but comparatively I think Regulate's a stronger song.
Man, that background, and we'll talk about it later, but that beat on Regulate is probably one of my favorite beats of all time. And I'll talk about that later because I was reminded of where that came from, and it's amazing.
Yeah, straight sample from another track. But
all right, what do you got, Andy?
I was gonna say they even said like the lyrics of this song. A lot of it doesn't make no sense. I'll stir fry you in my wok. Like they just
that makes complete sense.
Yeah,
You'll make me stir fry you in my wok.
The song was started in '93. They were going to put on Ill Communication, and then they thought the lyrics were just so ridiculous, so they kind of made it a little less ridiculous.
I would like to hear the more ridiculous version of the song, actually.
More ridiculous song, yes, I would as well. So anyways, let's move on.
All right, well, there we go. Moving on, we've got House of Pain's Jump Around versus Eminem, My Name Is. I'm going with My Name Is, guys. I'm doing it.
You did it. You done did it.
You went with My Name Is. I'm going with Jump Around.
Oh, God. Why?
Leaving it on to Mike.
My goodness.
Get out your seat and jump around.
This is an interesting one because Eminem and Everlast had a little thing spat
for a little while.
Yeah.
I think Jump Around's a better song. Eminem hates the song. Eminem hates his own song. How are you going to get mad that I don't want to pick the song that Eminem hates?
Well, I mean, it
because I already put it as the winner, and now I need to go back and.
Well, maybe you shouldn't do that when you're the only one that made their choice.
Maybe you should listen to what we're saying. Here's another one with just like oddball lyrics.
RJ's just disgusted.
Yeah, Eminem at this point was just on a rampage. Like even his songs prior to this, this was his breakout single, but when he was on like in the underground scene and just that whole album, he doesn't care who you are. He's going after you.
He will tear you apart. Yeah.
Tear you apart. Just one of the most insane, crazy lyricist of all time, really. You know, he's up there. And this song was no different. Yeah, it's kind of it almost sounds like it's made for kids, like the beat.
Yeah.
I remember yeah, I was at my grandfather's house. I was in his bedroom watching TV, and this song came on. I had to sneak up there because I didn't want anybody to know I was watching MTV. I was like, shh, don't know. So this song came on, and
We're a VH1 family.
Yeah, and I saw Eminem.
CMT.
And I was like, is that how you pronounce it? And just like my little mind in 1997, right? I think that's when the song came out. My head just like, I was like, what in the world is going on? This is just insanity. And I was hooked from there to learn more about who he was and the music he was doing. And then I bought the album.
Man,
and then I was.
He goes through. This is the song where his mother filed a $10 million slander lawsuit because of the 99% of my life I was lied to. I just found out my mom does more dope than I do.
And other comments that I would prefer we don't repeat.
Many other comments, yeah. But yeah, so essentially she was awarded a little bit, not too much. And Without Me, his single in 2002, he just says, I just settled all my lawsuits. F you, Debbie. His mother. So he did not learn his lesson.
She was awarded $25,000 of the $10 million, and
nice.
$23,354.25 went to her lawyer.
Nice.
So she made about $1,600. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? No.
Well, maybe. I mean, $1,600. That's a stimulus check these days. More, right? All right, moving on. We've got Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg's Nothing But a G Thing and DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince Summertime. Can there be two different types of people in music in one? Dre and Snoop Dogg fighting off against Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
Can you imagine if the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre? Like every time that Snoop Dogg came home, he got thrown out.
That would have been the FX version of that show.
What's funny is Nothing But a G Thing actually appeared in an episode of Fresh Prince.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm going with Nothing But a G Thing, by the way.
Yeah. Ain't nothing but a G thing.
I don't think that's not what that song is.
I know. I'm remixing it live.
Oh, shoot.
But that's my choice. That's my choice.
I am going with same for me.
Nothing But a G Thing. All
Nothing But a G Thing.
Wow, let's just move on.
What?
We're in the top 4.
You don't want to talk about Summertime?
I mean, you can. Is there anything you want to say?
Just that it's a fantastic song, and
just samples Cool in the Gang.
Yeah, it does, and Summer Madness, and there's the last words of the song, Summer Madness. I don't know. It just gives you that warm, funny. I meant to say fuzzy.
Funny.
It gives it a funny feeling.
Warm and funny feeling.
Maybe for some people it gives them a funny feeling.
Nothing funny about a New England summer.
No. But anyway,
it might snow this year.
RJ doesn't want to give credit where credit's due for DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, so let's move on.
What do you mean? I like them. Oh gosh, I almost knocked over my entire table.
Let's just move on. No, let's move on.
Well, we're at the hour mark. We've got the top 4. Just trying to keep us on track, guys. That's it.
God.
If it wasn't for DJ Jazzy Jeff, there may not be sampling as we know it.
You know,
just saying. No,
guys, what time is it? What time?
One more minute till the end of the night. But how could we end when it feels so right?
I like how you say we have no time for anything, and then you gotta do that.
We always have time for my music.
All right, what do we got?
All right, we're in the top 4. This is it, guys. Dr. Dre's Forgot About Dre, Nate Dogg and Warren G's Regulate, House of Pain, Jump Around, and Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg's Nothing But a G Thing. What do you guys think about this top 4?
3 out of 4 is not bad.
What are we talking about? Jump Around?
No, we'll talk about it.
You hate Forgot About Dre.
I do not hate it.
That?
I do not hate
Nowadays,
it.
everybody want to talk that they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they.
I don't hate it.
When nothing comes out when they.
I don't hate it.
A bunch of gibberish.
It's
and
not
everybody
a
acts
top
like they
4
forgot
song.
about Dre. It
I don't hate
is.
it, but
It clearly is. It's in the top 4. All right, guys. Dre and Regulate. What do we got?
Well, we know what Andy's picking. So
1 for Dre. Just kidding.
I'm forgetting about Dre here, and I'm going with Regulate.
oh
I'm gonna go with
And
Regulate.
again,
on this
I
one, too.
like
Yeah.
this song.
yeah, Regulate for sure.
I think Andy, you really wanted what was it? Still Dre, right? Is that the one that we were fighting over?
No, yeah. So Still Dre was another one, but I said we should vote that one out. So I think I don't remember. Now I don't even remember. Both songs are good.
Yeah, Eminem wrote most of the, if not all of the verses for this song. If
I heard that,
remember
yes.
correctly. Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Dre's kind of like Diddy, where he has other people write his stuff because he's behind the boards. He's a producer.
I also had no idea that they sampled that No Doubt song, "The Climb."
I
which
tried
I had
listening.
listened to that album quite a bit. I could hear it. It's very different, but you
Yeah.
can hear it there.
When I read that, I was like, I need to hear this. I was like, maybe I wasn't paying attention hard enough because I'm not a fan of No Doubt. But
What? That album's gold. Like it's super good album.
I think it's
Track
actually
Kingdom.
platinum. I think
Yeah, I
it
was
went
gonna say it's
platinum.
probably.
I just meant like it's fire.
I know what you meant.
It's a good album. Tragic Kingdom itself is a great song on Rock Band. Super hard to do, by the way. As said by a cool person.
Slaps.
But
Slaps.
Yeah.
It slaps.
this whole album,
It's fire.
Chronic 2001. Yeah, it is. There's a song called Explosive with 3 X's. That is probably the standout track on the album for me, at least. But yeah, Eminem came on here as well, and that whole verse, like, again, he kind of took you to like, where the heck is he going with this, and kind of brought it all back in. But just a crazy storyteller. They had edited a lot of his lyrics out of the music video. And
Yeah, they replaced it
I'm
with
sure
a
most of
skit.
yeah, they've done
But
that
it-
plenty of times with his stuff.
It was cool to hear the song though, because the way Eminem wrote Dre's verse in the way that Eminem would rap, it was different to hear Dre rapping that way. It wasn't really his style, so it was kind of cool to see him kind of break out of his mold a little bit. Especially since this song was like a track kind of firing back at anyone. More specifically, Suge Knight from Death Row. The label they were on before, or he was on before. So it was kind of like, yeah, you guys just kind of cut me loose, and you doubted that I could even do anything, and here I am. Now I'm bigger than everyone on your label, and what are you going to do about it? And if it wasn't for Dre, that label and that style and a lot of the guys that were around at the time may not have even existed, because Dre was one of the pioneers that paved the way for a lot of those rappers that were around.
All right, guys. Well, hey, Nate Dogg, Warren G's Regulate gets into the finals.
Which is
the other song.
I'll say that's really an interesting combination there, which we'll talk about after, that they went up against each other.
And next up, we've got House of Pain, Jump Around, or Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg's Nothing But a G Thing. Nothing But a G Thing.
I will make this easy for you, Mike, and agree with RJ here.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we got what do we got to say then?
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to copy.
All I have to
the
say is
sentence.
pack it up, pack it in. Let me begin. I came to win. Bet on me. That's a sin.
It's a song that peaked at number 3 on the charts. That's a pretty popular song.
Again, it's not one of my. I just wasn't into it. I don't know, but it's lead rapper Everlast. What It's Like. Great song.
Yeah, and DJ Lethal.
Yeah.
Where's DJ Lethal from, RJ?
Lit
Biscuit. Yeah, this was one of those CDs that sparked my interest, like when I was really getting into hip hop in the mid 90s. of course, I fell in love with A Tribe Called Quest's Low End Theory. That was an album that I took from my stepfather, and I said, let me listen to this, and it blew my mind.
Amazing record.
Yep. And then one of the other albums that he had was his House of Pain CD. So I was listening to this, and I already knew Jump Around because you couldn't go anywhere without not hearing it. And it's still one of those songs in arenas, wherever you are. As soon as that intro comes in, everybody jumps around and just starts going crazy. It's a party anthem within hip hop. It's a party anthem in pop in itself. So
it is everywhere.
Well, this is it. We are in the top 2, the finals of the top 90s hip hop, and I am not disappointed. No. This is some good stuff here. We've got Nate Dogg featuring Warren G's Regulate, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg's Nothing But a G Thing. Guys, I want to start it off right now by just saying I had forgotten how amazing I Keep Forgetting by Michael McDonald is, which is the basis for Regulate. Man, when he goes, I keep forgetting things will never be the same again. Amazing song. Like, I am going to be listening to that song all week now. It's amazing.
Let's not forget Michael McDonald on Family Guy. Fart.
I keep forgetting things will never be the same.
I only know him as a "Ain't No Man High Enough." His cover version of that song.
If I could play that song right now, I keep forgetting I would play it right now. And you need to go and watch this video on YouTube. It is the greatest music video I've ever seen in my life. But anyways, Regulate, Nothing But a G Thing. What do you think?
We performed Regulate on karaoke one time. I don't know if you remember.
That's true, because I love this song. I also love Nothing But a G Thing. And I have to say, Matt Foley, bringing him up again, man of karaoke. We did both these songs together. So they both bring back really good memories for me, singing with you, singing with Matt.
Oh,
the man.
Regulate also featuring some spoken dialogue from one of my mom's favorite movies, Young Guns.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? You just brought it up. Let's just talk about both the things before we make our decision. So let's talk about Regulate there.
Can't be any geek off the street.
Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Oh, Rhode Island, by the way. Handy with the steel. Sorry, go with it.
But then he says, earn your keep. Forever. I thought he said, Ernie keep. I'm like, who the hell is Ernie? So I'm like, I know this is from a movie, but who's Ernie?
Wait, Tiffany. It's like this and like that and like this and it's like
you know
this
these
and
songs,
like that and
Tiffany.
like this
you have
and
to know these songs.
like that. And just chill.
Tiffany did not listen to any hip hop in the 90s, if I remember correctly.
Man.
That was a country music household. There was Shania Twain and Garth Brooks all up in that piece.
I'm sorry.
You're right. I remember that. Gosh, I think whenever I visited her in Coventry, I think it was back in the day. Don't worry, Andy. She doesn't live there anymore. I'm not giving addresses away again. But I would go there, and I think it was her mom that had like a cowboy hat on, and like it was like a whole other world there, man. But yeah, it was. Regulate's a great song.
I just called her lady, and she just called me kid. That was our relationship.
So this was, I was gonna say this was a cool song because you had Nate Dogg rapping and singing as well, along with Warren G. Warren G was also a producer. You know, this was basically this album. Again, another great album. He also had This DJ, which was another hit for him, but Regulate, obviously, whole other stratosphere. It was so cool, just like the back and forth and the storytelling, and that's how they wrote it as well. Like Warren G would write 4 bars, then Nate Dogg would come in, and then just this back and forth. Warren G, as I said, being a producer, was also very much around when The Chronic was being made by Dr. Dre. And he actually helped produce a little bit. I don't know if it was one song or more than that, but he did have some production credits on The Chronic as well, because he has a brother to Snoop Dogg. So this is very much a family battle here in the final round. You know, Warren G, Nate Dogg, Snoop Dogg were also part of a group called 213 back in the day. So a lot of parallels here. Mike, what were you going to say about Regulate?
How low budget originally it was. The production for Regulate was done in an apartment that had no furniture. It only had 2 bedrooms. In one of the bedrooms, where they did the sample, they plugged it into a VCR to get the sample and add it into the song. And the the magic, when something like that happens and it just comes together, that really shows the ingenuity of music back then, and how scrappy
creative
these guys were, and how creative they were. When they had a vision, they just figured out how to do it, man.
That was really like the start of hip hop, because equipment is freaking expensive, right?
Yeah.
So that's why sampling was such a big thing in hip hop early on, because it was, in communities where they couldn't afford these big equipments. But the DJs, they would have a record and they'd have 2 copies of it, and you just play the break back and forth. And then people started making pause tapes. So they would take those breaks and just record, stop, play it again, record, stop. And that's how you would make your beat. So the creative process, you built something out of nothing. And that's why, for me, I like a lot of the grittiness behind hip hop songs. I like to hear the crackles and vinyl samples. I like to hear hissing in the background. I want it to feel dirty. I don't necessarily always like. So shut up.
He's talking about the music, RJ.
Yeah, I don't like when everything's so clean. It's like RJ. Even when you always comment on yourself, you're like, oh, I do like a hum, like you hum something. I like that kind of stuff because it's almost like a live performance, and it's not a clean feel. So that's why I kind of connect with those songs a little bit more.
All right. And we also have Nothing But a G Thing.
Funny story about Nothing But a G Thing was when they needed a verse from Snoop for the original version, he was in jail, so they called him and he did his verse over a prison phone, and that's how they did the demo track for this song.
Hey,
this is also his first appearance on a major release where he is a featured vocalist.
Yeah. Slick Rick did an entire album called Behind Bars, from Behind Bars.
Oh man!
So they were just.
Why are people accomplishing more behind bars than I am in my entire life?
What else is there to do?
That's true. So, yeah. This was also selected as by the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as one of the 500 songs that actually shapes rock and roll, which is a pretty cool thing. And XXL magazine named it the top hip hop song of the decade.
Yeah.
So
this song, again, The Chronic had so many terrific songs, but this one was the one that took off, but also catapulted Snoop Dogg's career. A virtual unknown at this point to a whole nother level, to where we know him today, where everybody knows who Snoop Dogg is. Another tidbit, this song was actually used in the 2013 Charlie's Angels Full Throttle movie, which had Cameron Diaz in it, who also went to high school with Snoop Dogg, and who may or may have not admitted to possibly buying some substances off of Snoop Dogg in high school as well.
Fruit snacks, obviously.
Definitely Scooby snacks. Probably the same stuff that the Scooby-Doo cast was partaking in the back of that van.
All right, guys. Well, this is it. We are at our top 2. What are we doing? We've got Regulate versus Nothing But a G Thing. I'm going to go with Regulate.
I think I will also have to go with Regulate.
Oh, man. I would have agreed with you as well.
Look at that. It is both
great songs.
A three-way tie for Nate Dogg featuring Warren G's Regulate. That is our winner of the top 90s hip hop song of all 90s.
It's the winner of all time. Sometimes
it's the 90s top song of the 90s.
No, all right. If we picked anything else, I was gonna say this was the winner of our top 16. But I think a lot of people would say this is one of the greatest hip hop songs of the 90s. So I'm not.
Well, not to mention, I keep forgetting things will never be the same again. Yeah. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, please look up I Keep Forgetting by Michael McDonald. It's one of the greatest songs I've ever heard. One of the greatest videos, and I'll probably make them watch it as soon as we go off live. But Nate Dogg, Warren G, Regulate, top 90s hip hop song. If you disagree or you agree, please write it in the comments. Feel free to share the video later. Guys, anything else to say before we call it a night?
Yeah. Yes, there are songs that did not make it in here that I feel need to be. And I'm going to spit out a couple here. Scenario by A Tribe Called Quest. Today was a Good Day by Ice Cube. And Injustice, that is not on here. Slam by Onyx. Juicy, Notorious B.I.G., which is probably his best song. And then California Love, which not my favorite Tupac song, but catapulted.
No Wu-Tang songs at
Wu-Tang.
all.
Oh, thank you.
No Wu-Tang songs.
Cream.
I mean, I would have put in
Cookies
Tupac.
Roll everything around me.
How did we not have Big Pun Still Not a Player? Big Pun Still Not a Player should have been in here. How I Could Just Kill a Man by Cypress Hill's way better than Insane in the Brain.
Know the Roots. Know the Roots on here.
Changes by Tupac. Why not Changes?
So let's do a part
two. We almost had DMX's Rough Riders. Dr. Dre's The Next Episode was another one I would have had on here. Sound of the Police by KRS-One. Yes. Deja Vu by Lord Tariq. Why did we not have that? That's a good one. Mace, What You Want and Feel So Good. We're also really
More
good
Money,
ones
More Problems. We almost had on there.
Yeah.
Why didn't we have Wild Wild West by Will Smith?
Oh, that's because it was Wild Wild West by Will Smith.
But Getting Jiggy with It.
Getting Jiggy with It, yeah.
That would have been
Miami. Going to Miami.
Yeah.
But anyways, hey guys, I appreciate everyone tuning in. And I love some of these comments, but I mean,
Nana's a real G.
Nana, if you're gonna leave here tonight, I keep forgetting Michael McDonald. That's the one you want to listen to later. But, and then
probably knows it better than you do.
Can she sing it like this? I keep forgetting.
She probably could. She was in church choir for a very long time.
Oh, there you go.
Now,
she'd probably show you up
at the next
family
party. If she's singing OPP, then we did our job.
Yeah, right.
And she
well, hey guys, thank you very much for joining us. Episode 28. We have an episode dropping tomorrow. It is our top 80s female pop.
Yes, sir.
Maybe. So. Yeah, that was a great episode, by the way.
It's a two-parter.
Two-parter. Yep. Both episodes are being released tomorrow, so you get to see one, and then the next one after that. So I appreciate you guys joining us, but thank you. Have a great night.